So here's our tomato harvest from today. There's still a ton out there to be picked, and then all of this has been picked within the last week. And guys, I'm sweating because we're having a heat wave here in Iowa, and I have a problem with the hydroponic garden. So please stick around, and I'm asking you people of the internet for some help because I'm at my wit's end and I have no idea what to do. Guys, it's a hot one today. It's Handy Jeff, and as you can see, my homemade hydroponic garden, it's producing a ton of tomatoes, but we've got some problems. If anything resembles a squash plant, well, it's just gone. It's murdered by these little bugs, little squash bugs. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm asking you on the internet to help me out here. So if you look right down in here, we've got tons of squash bugs that are just existing on this watermelon plant. I've tried, manually removing them, throwing them into a bucket of water, and diatomaceous earth, which is what all of this white is, all over the plant. But we've got a little melon hanging on there, but these bugs are really trying to find a way so that we're not going to have any watermelon this year. They've completely ruined all of the leaves that were on this plant all the way down, and a lot of them are getting baked off in the sun because we're having a heat wave. So I'm asking you guys on the internet, do you have any idea, anything that I can do to try to take care of these? I really thought diatomaceous earth would take care of the bugs, but it's just not. They also are having their way with the pumpkin plant I've got going on here. Like, here are some of the eggs that I'm going to remove here in just a second. Like, it never ends. And I really thought the diatomaceous earth that I sprinkled on everything would end up taking the larva out, and it just hasn't. But it's not all bad news. This pumpkin plant seems to be doing okay, but I bet you can see how this leaf is off-colored. If I turn this over, there's gonna be bugs. Oh yeah, all over it. You can just really tell that they're having their way with these plants. Sorry, little guys, but you gotta go swimming. I've heard that coffee grounds will ruin their day. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this literally all over. These are used coffee grounds from our espresso machine. And it's like, I'm gonna use coffee grounds, because I really would like to have some watermelon this year. My hopes of having homegrown cucumbers have been destroyed by these bugs. I've even got some diatomaceous earth that I'm covering everything in. That was probably way too much that I just threw up there. Because diatomaceous earth is supposed to be a natural insect killer as well. So I'm gonna sprinkle it all over in hopes to keep this pumpkin plant alive. They've just it's been like an all-you-can-eat buffet for these squash bugs. Now, like I said, it's not all bad here. If you check it out, we've got plenty of tomatoes growing. We've already made homemade spaghetti sauce and all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna pick these and I'll show you how much we've got left at the very end here, but we've also got a bean plant that's almost been completely ate up. These squash bugs also ruined some cucumbers that I had growing. Still got a carrot that's alive. We've got a strawberry plant that's coming up nicely, and another tomato plant. So the tomatoes have really taken over. There's an onion clear back in there, if you can see it. I'm going to go ahead and pick all these tomatoes so that you can see them, and get back inside because it's a heat wave here in the Midwest. Always go for the low-hanging fruit first. Oh, we dropped one. It's so warm out here, it wouldn't surprise me if these tomatoes are partially cooked. Although, I will say, my little water tower upgrade that I did, if you didn't see the video on it, this feeds down into my system, and the pumps down in there has been working out great. I've only had to fill the system probably about once a week, other than having to fill it every other day or every day, depending on if things are fruiting or not. And we don't have just cherry tomatoes, we also have Romas. which that one's probably gonna be bad, the one I just pulled. And this little experiment that I've been doing has been great for, you know, the tomatoes and everything. I just wish I would have put a little bit more space when I built the system, because sometimes getting all up in here to pick every tomato that's ripe has been a little bit difficult. Well, I've completely filled my container I came out to pick tomatoes with. And as you can see, there are still a ton of tomatoes left that need to be picked. So does anybody have any good recipes for cherry tomatoes? Because I planted 2 plants and thought we'd need them, and it turns out we do not, because they're producing a ton. Or if you need some cherry tomatoes and you're in Iowa, look me up. Now here's a really good shot of what these squash bugs look like. Like, you can see them up and down the plant there. I've got a leaf right here that is completely decimated by them. If you look on the underside here, there's gonna be a ton of them. Yep, see that? So at this point, this leaf's just a lost cause. So I have to pull her off there, go throw this in a bucket of water. But look, I've used diatomaceous earth, I've used coffee grounds. Like, I'm not wanting to use poison. So if anybody knows any way to possibly, you know, take care of these squash bugs naturally, leave it down in the comments for me. Like, I'm asking you people of the internet for help, because I truly don't have any idea. Like, do I need to just start breeding praying mantises over winter so next year this doesn't happen? Because I've had cucumbers, I've had the watermelon plant like I showed you, I've had zucchini plants that have completely been destroyed and decimated by these little guys. Between this and earlier I had squash vine borer moths. They've just completely decimated anything that even resembles a squash plant. So look, if you guys have any idea on what I can do, please leave me a comment, because as much as I like tomatoes, I want this plant, this hydroponic garden here, to produce more than just tomatoes for me and my family. So if you have any questions, leave it down in the comment also, I'll answer it. And we should do a build video of this and how I built this system if you're interested. So you got to tell me if you're interested or not. But look, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you so much, and we'll see you in another video. I'm gonna go get some coffee grounds and some diatomaceous earth and sprinkle it all over once again to try to ruin these guys' perfect day.